Good morning, it's Jane with some asymmetrical hair today. I hope everybody is well. Happy Monday. It's a very warm and humid day, as you can see. My hair just kind of blows up. I hope it's nice where you are. I know we've got some friends down in Texas and it's super hot. Or it had been. All right, get out my text to my text club people. Close this out. So I have a fun little project today. I was poking around in my garage and, oops, let's get a double picture here so you can see what I'm doing. And I have stacks of terracotta pots, just tons, all different sizes. And I have a lot of these little plain ones. And I thought I would use the iron orchid molds, that I would put some molds on the surface of these pots. I'm not going to use them outside. These will be used in my house. I don't think that the clay, it's a paper, it's an air dry paper clay, the iron orchid clay, I don't think that this is going to do well outside. So this is a project for inside, but you can put, dried flowers, fill these up with different things, have, of course, indoor plants, that kind of thing. Hey, good morning, Amanda. Amanda is saying it's chilly and pouring down rain in the Southwest Washington. Wow. Wow. That's a good day to have a nice cup of coffee. And I know coffee is really popular out there, right? Oh, or a good day to stay in and do some needlework. So what you need for this is obviously the pots. Now these are old pots. I did have them outside. So I scrubbed them about an hour ago. They're still damp. I even tried to hit them with a blow dryer. So if you're doing this, I would suggest, if they were outside, wash them and let them dry completely before you do this. This one's pretty dry, so I'll do like a little experiment and see if having a wet surface changes how the molds stick to these pots. It probably won't. Hey, Joni, good morning. How's it down in Alabama? Hi, Sue, good morning. Thanks to you guys for joining me today. So just remember, if you just joined, I'm putting the molds on the pots, terracotta pots, but these are going to be used inside. Hey, Margaret, yeah, coffee in hand, she's saying. I left my coffee downstairs and I can't go get it because the dogs will follow me up. All right. So we need some terracotta pots, some molds. I think I'm going to use the rosettes mold. Maybe, I was looking at this starfish, right? Good morning, Shannon. Flowers and sunshine. Thanks for joining, Shannon. Thanks for being here. I don't know about the shells. I'm going to have to see how I feel. And of course the laurel mold, because you guys know I love it. But I love the bow, and maybe I'll put a few bees right here on the pot. So we'll see. The other one I pulled out too, of course, there's a million, right, Joni? Are the keys. I mean, these are just so pretty. And those might look really nice, the keyholes. So we'll see. You need cornstarch, right? We have to line the mold with some cornstarch. I have a brush dedicated just for that. It's a super soft brush. I use my little burnishing tool from the transfers, the Iron Orchid transfers, to push off the clay. I've got some Tight Bond that I've got upside down because I'm running out. And thanks, I can't remember who mentioned it. Oh my goodness. Joni, help me. Oh, and Joni's saying she was just spraying one of her pots with pot sealer. Oh, Joni, you have to share about that. I didn't know there was pot sealer. Wow. She's saying it will be beautiful and fancy, right? Well, whatever you do with iron orchid molds, it's going to be beautiful. But somebody mentioned to me, I'm like complaining that the new Tite Bond doesn't have this spout, right? You pull this off and it's just the best. I just love this. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to pour the glue into this one. Oh, Jane. She said, no, you just switch out the tops. You just keep this top and move it along. Joni, why didn't I think of that? And thank you for whoever mentioned it, because it makes perfect sense. Oh, hi, Donna. Donna says, hello, I'm in Washington State. Been watching your videos and just love your personality as well as your crafts. Oh, thanks, Donna. How long does it take to ship from you to Washington? You know what? I don't know, but I do ship a lot. And I do have an amount, $100 and up ships free. You know what? I will look and I will see, Donna, how long it takes, and I'll do a little post. I'll see, I'll look back at the history of USPS and UPS. A lot of people have been picking UPS. So Donna, I will check that out. Thanks for joining. Michael's, and Joni's saying Michael's has this pot sealer. That sounds really intriguing, Joni. I have to check it out. And Donna's saying waterproof Mod Podge. Okay, you guys, see, you know a lot more than me. That's why I encourage everybody to watch my lives, because my the people that join, the crafters, the creatives, know a lot, and they will let you know too, which is the best. Don't Joni spout. Oh, and look, Shannon's down. Shannon is in Washington also. So there you go. We've got two plays. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Michelle's a newbie. Welcome. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's get moving on with this little craft. So first thing I do, get my cornstarch, put my fluffy brush in there, and I've got to pick a pot. We'll just do this one. All right, and let's see, what do I want on here? And you do have to think about the size. Though remember, I'm gluing these on wet, so if it goes beyond, this, you can kind of mold it to the lip of the pot for sure. But I think I'm gonna do maybe 3. I'll do 3 different sizes. This one, this one, choices, right? Decisions. And maybe one of these little ones over here. I like things grouped in 3. Oh, Donna, you're new from IOD. Oh, it's fabulous. Just wait. Hey, Liz. Thanks for joining. She says it's hot, triple hot down in Florida. Shannon, you can't see her comments because she's on YouTube, right? That's right. I'm live streaming to both YouTube and Facebook, so you can't see each other's comments. Donna says she got the floral molds and you're hooked. Absolutely. They're so beautiful. Okay, so I put that in. I give it a smack. I'm going to open up some new clay. Remember, this is new. This is air dry clay. So when you store this, put it in like a Ziploc bag or something really, really airtight, because it is air dry and it will dry up on you. Yes, Joni, share that. Margaret's asking about that because I've never seen it. And Donna's like, I need the mold you're using. Yep, this is the Rosette's mold. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, there it is. I love this clay. It's actually pretty much the only clay I've used. I know Joni's used the resins, and she gets fancy with that kind of stuff. I don't. I just stick with the, I have to keep it simple. All right, I really, really press, okay? Because you want to get that clay down into all those little details. And I just push off from the middle, push off and out. like this. Roll that clay up. And then I just bend, right? And look at how easily, look at how pretty that is. I think this one, the rosette, is just perfect for furniture too. So there's one. And we'll let's try this one. I also watched Joni, and she really rolls and works the clay, and that gets rid of any little like cracks if you get two pieces and you put it together, and then you won't see those on your molds. And this is like just about perfect amount. It goes right in, right? Bend it, and look at that. And I've also seen people putting these on knobs, on the front of knobs, which I have to do because I have lots of wooden knobs. How beautiful would that be? Oh my God, Donna, I have you on the TV and my phone. I have double you. That's great. Oh, Donna, that's so great. I'm so happy that people are crafting along with us, right? It's so much fun. All right, one more. I put some cornstarch into this little one here. And people also use these molds for jewelry. And I'm not even going to go there because I just know I would love it and it would just be a whole other thing. Okay, bend that out. Look at how sweet. I just love these. All right, I don't have my piece of cardboard next to me, but I end up just squeezing out Titebond right onto some, a little piece of cardboard or something. So I'm just gonna put it next to me. You can use Aleene's tacky glue also, which is great. Okay. And I use an old natural bristle brush to apply the glue. Now look at your pot and decide, right, what the front is or what part. You could do the fronts and the backs. You could keep it seasonal, right? You can do something really summery on one side and maybe some oak leaves and acorns on the other. And we have one, Joni, right, with the acorn and the oak leaves. Oh, Amanda said she just used some of the rosettes mold on a nightstand. Amanda, I would love to see that. And yes, Donna, the paper clay is very therapeutic. It's good for my hands, right? So I'm just brushing on the glue right in the middle. I leave a little bit of a border without the glue because I feel like I'm going to push this on and press it out. And I don't want to have that shiny kind of ring around it. So I'm just going to put this lower like this. Of course, I should have laid these out beforehand. Right, so I'm just pushing that down. And yep, it's delicate now. I would tell you to be kind of, you know, press gingerly on, right? It goes right down. And I think I'm going to do another one like right there. And then we'll do the third. This is what you should do. Lay out your design. And there's the third one. Look how pretty. All right, second one. Right around. And these are going to shrink a little bit too as they dry. Okay. There's the second one. And then we'll put the third one right up on the rim. Now, I'm not painting the clay or anything. I love the look of the white clay on the terracotta. There it is. Oh, and Donna's saying, yeah, you have rheumatoid arthritis and it helps. It does. it really helps your hands. I'm starting to get that too. I was trying to open something the other day and I was turning. I'm like, why do my fingers hurt? And that's what it was. Look at how pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine doing a snowflake and putting in like Christmas ornaments, you know, the glass balls. It'd be beautiful. Donna, what is the freezer trick? Donna's saying she uses the freezer trick. You have to tell us what that is. All right, there's one. Now let's try, one of my favorite molds, the Laurel mold. Joni just shared that, you guys. So check that out, the link for the pot sealer, right, Joni? Thank you. All right, I think I'm going to do my favorite bow, and then maybe a couple of bees. We'll see. Okay, get the cornstarch. All right, and smack, give that a smack. Grab some clay. And this one's gonna use more. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Joni. I'm definitely gonna get that, and I'll try it out. I have so many pots. Okay, here we go. Again, really, really, really press. All the way to the ends of the design, and then I just grab this little burnishing tool and I push that clay out from the middle. Just like this. All right, put that back in with the clay. Try to keep that wet. Oh, put the molds in the freezer. So Donna's saying she puts the molds in the freezer. The molds pop out perfectly. Then they thaw and you can glue, or she's making a head. She's making letters ahead. That's a really intriguing idea. Joni, have you ever tried that? I've never tried that. Because, yeah, they're going to freeze because they've got water and they're not dry. So then they're going to thaw out. Ugh. I think like I've got one of my dog's hairs in there. Ugh. Okay, let's get that out. I think my dog's hair, they're shedding. So look at Joni. Oh, Michelle, you don't see the feed moving? You might be, so Michelle, I'm streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. So you might, you might only be seeing half the comments. So check out, if you don't see a lot on YouTube, you could go over to Surface Anthology on Facebook. So Joni is saying, yes, the freezer method is great. Shannon says it too. I'm the last one to know about this. And Donna's saying the rose leaf vine always broke until she froze them. Ah, Carol, hi there. You've used it. All right. Well, yeah, this is, Michelle's saying great info. I agree. I love it. Oh, I'm the last to know. All right, I'm going to use this kind of old scruffy one that I really like and put this like this. Oh, I absolutely love the white clay against the terracotta. And Joni's saying you have to freeze the snowflakes. Joni, I didn't keep that mold. I sold, that was a while ago, right? And it was limited. I didn't keep it. And now I don't have any of that. Okay, glue. you do have to get these little details, these little ribbon ends. And Carol's saying, hey, Valerie, hi there. So Carol's saying, yeah, the little tips don't break as easily. That makes perfect sense. Okay, I'm placing this. Now, if you've got a heavy mold and you feel like it might slide down because this is conical, right? So it's kind of leaning, or right? It's not flat. What am I trying to say here? You can put something under the mold, like this part of it, to kind of keep it even while your mold dries on. I usually use a rolled up towel that I have right over here. I'll show you. Because sometimes these will slip down, but you just do that. You just put that underneath and it will hold it while your mold dries on without it falling. Oh my goodness. Donna just bought the snowflake mold for $110. See, they're becoming like collector's items. I should have kept one. I should have kept one of every single thing I got in, and I just didn't. There was such a frenzy for that mold that I sold every one that I got in. Look at how pretty. I just love these. Just like this. I absolutely love them. Let's do one more, and I think I have to put this one on my towel. Let's do a nautical one. Why not, right? Donna says, I wanted it bad. $100 for the evergreen mold too. Yep, I sold every one of those. Joni, did you keep your hand? Did you keep some of those? Valeria, not Valerie, Valeria. Valeria Christine, beautiful name. Welcome. Glad you're joining us. I should have kept those molds. Oh, thanks, Michelle. They are pretty, right? All right, for this last one, I think I'm going to go for the big starfish. I guess, Connecticut, I'm in Connecticut. It's coastal. I'm not, down on the coast. I'm right near the river, though. So that's going to have to be good enough. Okay, grab your clay. I want like a chrysanthemum mold, but the really fancy kind of Japanese chrysanthemums, that you see. I would love that. Joni's like, I kept one of each. Not me, Joni. I don't know. I wasn't even thinking about it. All right. So I made a little tube and went across. And if you're really worried about those little little fissures, little cracks that you'll see, it's not really a crack. You really should just put a big blob of clay down and just press into your mold. Okay, and one more little corner. I gotta get out too. Hey, Kathy. Kathy's in North Carolina. Thanks for joining us. And Donna's near Seattle. I wish I had gone when I was living out in California. And I was in Northern California. We really wanted to take a drive up to see beautiful Oregon and Washington, and we never did it, and I'm sorry. Because everyone says it's breathtakingly beautiful. All right, I'm just pushing this clay off. Just like that. Roll that up. And let's bend this starfish out. That looks beautiful. I don't see any of those little lines. And put them on, yeah, like this. Cool, right? So we'll do that. grab that glue. And right around. Now, if you're going to do anything, Shannon, I know. Shannon, I'll tell you, everybody, the only time, well, I can't say this, but when they come out, when IOD comes out with like their Christmas relief, and you see, that it's a, one time, limited release, right? It comes out and that's it. They're not going to make it again. That's when you really have to grab it. Okay. So I'm going to put this down. Oh, what I was going to say is, if you're playing around with your molds and you're messing around, take a photograph before you glue. Like if you do 3 designs you like, but you want to decide between them, take pictures of each and then look at them on your phone when you're going to finally glue them down. And that way, you'll remember. And there's our little starfish. Now, I don't have water with me because I forgot. But if you see, oh, I love Maine. Maine is beautiful. See where the glue, right, kind of squeezed out there and there. What I would do is wet a paintbrush and just go in there and kind of remove that. They are collector's items, Donna. And we're talking about all the Iron Orchid molds and stuff. Absolutely. Hey, Mary Lou. Oh, and Mary Lou's saying, I gave my 9-year-old granddaughter at Seaside a Seaside mold, and for Mother's Day, she keeps all of us. Oh, she gave everybody a giant starfish. Actually, too, and they were beautiful. See, and these are great for kids, right? Absolutely. I love that, Mary Lou. So there you go. Look at that. How sweet is that? And if you're lucky enough to have, pieces of coral, or you could even have fake coral, you can get some of that, what's that green foam that they use to put flowers into? You know what I'm talking about. Put some of that green foam in, put some pieces of coral, and, you could have maybe 3-4 pots with the seashell mold on it. Beautiful. So you guys, that is it for today. I can't wait. I think I'm going to put these on my mantle and see how they look. Ooh, you don't let them roll like this when they're drying. Oh, but look at how pretty. Beautiful. Give it a try. Everybody that's on today, we've got a lot of creatives. All of you are creatives, actually, but so many great ideas. Make sure you're in our Painted Cottage Facebook group. Joni's there, and Joni is of Weathered Wings. I'm there. Tammy of Flippin' Furniture is there. Oh, and Kim from For the Nest. Oh, I have such allergies, you guys. We're all in there, and we're all doing lives and cool stuff. There's some workshops that you could watch in there. But the best part of it is to share what you're working on and your tips and all that good stuff, right? Like now I have to go try the freezer method of working with these molds. I had never even heard of that, you guys. Oh, Michelle, you're so welcome. Right. Oh, and Carol is saying, see, here's another good tip. Use the foam for dried flowers, not for fresh. Perfect, right, because otherwise it's going to crumble. Absolutely. Oh, and Shan, about a year now, you're still learning. Learning never ends. When you're a creative person, which I believe we all are, learning never ends, right? And I think just growing older, you see things in a different way. Therefore, you create in a different way, right? We're not creating the same way we were when we were teenagers. but just as wonderfully but just different because we see the world in a different way. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I will see you on Wednesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I've been painting today, so I'm going to go continue with what I'm doing. I hope that all of you have a wonderful creative week. And hey, Karen. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful creative week, and please share with us what you're working on over in the Painted Cottage. All right, everybody. Oh, Donna, she's asking. It's called The Painted Cottage Facebook group, and just request to be in there, and we'll let you in and let the creativity begin, right? Take care, everybody.